You would have a pocket Ken.
Of course I would. He is a good man.
Some would say.
Yeah.
Allegedly a good man. Not in Third Strike. Honestly, not in Third Strike.
Yeah.
That's not... A good man wouldn't have that kind of frame data.
I tend to agree, but honestly, like, I just like playing Hugo, so I play Hugo. So.
Okay, respectable enough. That makes sense for you, actually, now that I take a moment to think about it. But right now, no more thinking. Only grenades. It's time to play some dodgeball. Ram and Sensei are blessing me with the Snake Ditto, and we're seeing it on Stadium for the first game.
Oh, really? You're gonna lose your stock that way? Never mind.
No. Neither of these lads should be losing their stocks until they're in high triple digits. Like, I'll be very surprised if we see early stocks on either end. They're both capable of such, but they're both very aware of what their character's capable of.
You know...
I don't know what you take this to.
Yeah, look, man. I wouldn't even say that you cursed it. That's not... You can't put that on yourself, I don't think. So we're just going to let that be what it is and say that Ram is up right now. Drawing first blood, I guess, is the only way that you can put it. Ram, however,
less drawing and more painting at this rate. Like, a lot of damage on the board.
This is true. Yeah, no, the stadium walls being painted with the blood of Snake.
What did Sensei make with this
card? Wait, was that?
There was the C4 on Sensei. I don't know what happened to it.
I mean,
don't
he died.
What happened to it.
Oh. Did he shake it off, or did I hallucinate that?
I missed if he shook it off. And C4 stays past post-mortem. Oh well.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other explosions to worry about.
One of those things you kind of forget about, you know, the lingering effects of certain things. You don't know if you're really just going to try to do them like that with Nikita. That is...
I appreciate the way that Sensei is using Nikita there. Normally you'll see a Snake like wiggle with it a little, but they're going in straight lines to maintain the speed as best as he can. I think it's pretty clever.
Cute. I'll give him that. It's cute, but right now Sensei has been making the most out of this stock. You were talking about the high triple, the high 100s, 150, 180 range being the optimal percentage. Well, it took about that for Ram to take that second stock. Excuse me.
Like the closer to 200% that you're looking for either of these characters, like that's a warrior right there.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's chilling.
Yeah, you do tend to forget just how bad, just how good Snake's recovery is in a vacuum, just because you're so used to seeing people like air dodge, like buffer air dodge under the stage and just die for it. But yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But I definitely did worry for him just a tad. Sensei is going to go up by a score of 1-0, so the gotta say that was pretty decent from him. It started out just a little shaky, I'll say that, but more than made up the ground for that win.
I'm really hoping to expect 5 games of this. I hope it would be a really fun metric to track. I know it's very unrealistic to do so, but it'd be very fun to know how many grenades come out across this entire set.
3, 2, 1.
It's gotta be enough.
Enough is definitely the number that I'm expecting, but I'm also somewhere in the range of a lot.
I mean, yeah, give or take a few. But
at least more than a couple, I'm thinking. Also, I like how these fellows have been playing hot potato with the C4s on top of them. I think one of them's currently on a Snake's head. Or, no, it fell off now. Very entertaining that there's just random X factors to account for in this matchup. On top of all of the shenanigans.
Yeah, no, it's on top of having to play the actual game of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch, we're also just going to throw in this game of Hot Bob-omb, because why not?
Everyone loves a good Mario Party minigame.
Yeah, mid-Smash game. You gotta love it.
Hey, they call it a party game for a reason, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, he tried to hit the Cypher. Alright, it would have been a good snipe, but he's not treated to it just yet. Sensei tries to turn a reversal with the Nair, he gets up tilted for his efforts, and just like that, we're back in the swing of things with Ram, getting kicked straight into the sky. And just as a reminder, these lads are fighting for the opportunity of fighting Webb over in Grand Finals.
Yeah, that's true. It's easy to take your mind off of that at times, I will admit, but yeah, these two have been playing quite the tournaments thus far, I have to say.
Sensei wins this out over Ram, he gets another shot at potential Zero Suit versus Lucina action. But if Ram takes things, then who knows, he might interrupt the fun. Might see a different Snake on the top of the leaderboard tonight.
It's always that distinct possibility, isn't there, Hangman? Now all of a sudden we are down to a far more manageable situation, I would say, for Ram. Win condition, very real. Just blow them up more than you get blown up, and all of a sudden...
a lead, but like, let's not count Sensei out just yet. But like, he's proven that he could sneak things away. Game one, very literally and figuratively explosive match. Sensei was able to come out on top of it. Like, even though Ram is looking more in charge of things, it doesn't take too much for Snake to build up a lot of percentage.
This is true. I mean, we saw Sensei lose that early stock in game number one and think that maybe this is a poor situation for him to be in. What does he do? Just takes 2 stocks consecutively and lives to about 180 or so percent. It's definitely doable here for Sensei. The question is, how do you build up that damage, that nickel and dime damage that we're seeing here right now, or do you get a little bit more explosive like Ram just did? That puts Sensei into triple digits now, so not necessarily super dangerous territory, but you don't want to be on the wrong end of that up tilt just in case. And you know that Ram was looking for it on that platform. He had devious intentions in mind, Hangman.
Never trusting the Snake on a PS2 platform.
Oh.
I'm not trusting the Snake on any platform, but like especially the PS2 ones are pretty small.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a whole lot of room with which to run around, and just like that, Ram built up the percentage, knew that you had to get there eventually. Sensei maybe running in just a little bit too precariously, and, well, you got chin-checked. Ram takes it to 1-1. And this loses final best-of-5 clip, so they do have a little bit of room with which to operate. But this Snake could be in very real danger of getting figured out if Sensei does not adapt. So back we go. Ram once again going to be on the left side of your screen, going to be red player. And once again going to be doing that crap as we go into game 3. Again on Pokemon Stadium. You just jumped into nothing except your own grenade. Here, hold 21%.
And counting. It's definitely one of those matchups where, like, looking at those numbers, you're just going to be seeing them fly all the time. Between the residual damage to, like, the more hard-hitting callouts, numbers are going to be climbing constantly. And we're seeing that already here in Game 3. Look at this.
True.
Dare Shield, just to highlight a not explosive move for a moment, Dare at a Shield is like deceptively fast out of Snake's kit, a really good reversal option. And I don't really know what happened to Sensei there. Not quite sure if there was Ram C4 or just a flub on his own half, but nonetheless, Sensei taking an early stock. Bit unfortunate, but we'll see if he can bounce things back.
It's Yeah, a lot of explosions, not really anything coherent going on. A little bit like a Michael Bay film, but we thank you for watching anyway. Beautiful, Nikita, to connect. And just like that, Ram goes up 3-1. Remember what I said about this snake being in danger of getting figured out? That might have just happened, Hangman.
I'm still not one to call out Sensei just yet, even with his back against the wall, even with like everything looking like this should be a Ram game. It's one of those situations where like you have to be on top of micromanaging so many aspects of your opponent, and your opponent's doing the same thing. So you have to try and slip them up, and I think that's what Ram is looking better at in this point in time, is that he looks like he's better at managing what resources he's using, what Sensei's using, and taking advantage of that. But, you know, Sensei's a smart player. If he's able to pick up on that himself, he can bring things back to a dead even. He's just got to get there first. Forced to stay in shield, though, because of the C4 chilling on him. And in fact, it's going to be that C4 that threatened kill, but not just yet for Ram. Sensei is playing on borrowed time now. Can he do something with it?
Yeah, you really did just kind of see his tournament light flashing before his eyes for just a second. Sensei, thus far, making it look pretty convincing. Yeah, as soon as that grab came in, you knew that was it. Ram is going to go up 2-1. Sensei going to be looking for answers. And perhaps has the student overtaken the master here in losers finals at Fusion? Sensei will be looking to respond.
Still have faith.
See, I do too. Like, if anyone can do this, it's probably Sensei, but at the same time...
Like I said, I was also rooting for the Game 5 play. I'm trying to maximize the high-level Snake Ditto that we've got in front of us. This is what I came here to see.
2, 1, go!
Fair enough.
Sensei has to answer that question. Will he eat that Mega Smash? We need the answer. Stu, I know you're dying to know.
I mean, he's posed this question for long enough.
He keeps asking, and we just don't know yet.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, there's a couple of things that you can say before these fights that are just a tad cringe, but it's I guess that isn't the absolute worst one. It's more just like, oh, why is this team here?
But he's consistent using it. I think it's funny.
I get the feeling he might have heard me say something about it and is continuing to do it. And, oh, Sensei getting a little bit of a leg workout in after taking that stock. Appreciate that from him. Get yourself feeling, start feeling yourself. When you're feeling yourself, you play better. So, I like it.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
Oh, man.
Oh, that was good.
The absolute worst game of chicken I've ever seen in my life. Ever get punched into a grenade? Yeah, I know I have.
Yeah, there's not much left of you after you get hit into it, so... Can't say it's happened to me too many times.
See, Snake would make the difference, but...
No, Snake might be a tougher man than me,
yeah. I mean, that's not a shameful thing, to be fair. You've seen Solid Snake.
I'll take second place to Solid Snake.
Ah! I mean, there aren't a whole lot of people that wouldn't, but... I mean, Revolver Ocelot might be among them, but it's, regardless.
If I had the choice, I would want to be Revolver Ocelot. He worked for everyone in Metal Gear Solid. I don't know if you've played all the Metal Gear games, but I'm a big fan of the Metal Gear series. He literally worked for everyone.
He had his hands in a lot of pots.
My man's collected a paycheck from every nation.
And, see, that I can't help but respect. Don't get me wrong, especially just because, you know, in today's rise and grind culture, sometimes you just got to do the things that not everyone wants to do. Sometimes you do have to wake up early in the morning and commit acts of espionage for multiple countries at, you know, some at the same time. It's like, it's whatever it is. Like, that's just
sometimes
the nature
you
of the
just have to go into the fields of you know, the backwaters of Russia and start screaming like a meerkat and twirl some guns. That's just what you do. That's your 9 to 5.
You took that, be honest, you took that from out of my journal. But we're gonna ram with the dash attack. Enough about that nonsense. Let's get back to this nonsense. The Snake Ditto.
Yeah, meanwhile, while these two guys have been doing something, Sensei's been doing a whole lot of something. It's constantly controlling where these grenades are flying and doing a very good job of it.
It's been about as coherent as a Kojima game, if we're being completely honest. But it's was that too far? Cool. All right. So,
I feel like trying to follow the C4s is about as effective as following a Kojima plot, so you're not too far off, man.
Ooh. I suppose you're right. Oh my gosh. Dashed right into that and into the up smash. The throws of it went Ram, somehow surviving. On the doorstep of death, but leaves Sensei stranded there. One last stock to potentially send himself to losers final, but might have just ran out of room, and indeed he did. Sensei will take it to game number 5 for a spot in Grands on the line.
Then they delivered. An explosive, I gotta find another word for that. It's too on the nose for this one. But nonetheless, game 5.
True.
I mean, we went from a game where it looked like it was slowly and slowly becoming more of Ram's play, and all of a sudden Sensei decided no. But Sensei just said he wanted to be the better Snake, and we let it play.
I mean, what else can you say about this game 5? These two have given each other everything, and they are asking for more. So here we go to Pokemon Stadium to decide it all.
One last ride for the Snake Ditto. Whoever wins this goes on to fight WebJP's Lucina over in Grands. Sensei's on board. Ram? I don't know. But we'll see who gets that right to choose later. One thing I have noticed, though, like, there is a lot of purpose to all of the crap that's flying across the screen. And I kind of alluded to this a little bit earlier in a not Snake Ditto-related match, but the notion of, like, putting the C4 to the platform, and in general, controlling the platform, and how important that is for PS2. One thing I've noticed is that whenever the Snake players will go for, like, the double grenades, or whenever they're more defensively aligning their C4 for further plays, everything has to do with the platform. And I think it's really important that they control these plats, because we've seen multiple times how it acts as a defense to potential up smash, potential like Nikita. In general, it makes the approaches much more linear. Like, keeping that from being a factor that needs to be accounted for is really important. And I feel like the slower the game is played, the better, because it's just a stronger management of these resources.
I mean, with Ram, thus far, it really just has been being better on the defensive end of things, and really all that's come down to is, you know, getting killed one fewer time. It's like, sometimes it comes down to the foot race, and it can be unfortunate for the loser, but this is the nature of the game. You either want the kill, you have the killer instinct to get it, or you're the one getting eaten. And thus far, it's going to be Ram looking to swallow Sensei whole. That takes about a day to digest for his Snake, so he's going to be immobile for a little while. Sensei, however, going to get a kill on that previously placed C4, so bit of an awareness check there. Still about a full stock lead for Sensei. Excuse me, for Ram. Misspoke, but nevertheless.
Trying to find their ground right now. There's a lot of explosions going on, but it's more micro-spacing than anything else. Just waiting to see where the Snake ends out from their explosions. Much less like where the explosions are currently placed. This is probably the most even that this set has looked since the very beginning, or maybe even more so. Very precise decision making when it comes to where to place the projectiles, like when to actually press the button for them.
Oh, up tilt.
Not gonna kill just yet though.
Oh, this is precarious though. I mean, you're piling on the damage at least. If you're Sensei, you just hit yourself with the...
It hit a grenade.
Yeah, okay. About to say, but the C4, an explosive finish to an explosive set. I have no shame in using that. Why do you, Hangman? I'm just saying. It's going to be Ram taking it in 5. Sensei will have to settle for 3rd place. Ram punching the ticket to grand finals.